So, Chris, in terms of capturing their attention, you talked about the first 3 seconds. So you need to break the pattern and all of that. So how do you track all of this? How do you sort of like build some KPIs around that? So,
The sophisticated answer is you should have your outbound activities tied to your content, especially on
mhm,
LinkedIn. So if you're
mhm,
comparing your LinkedIn, there's a lot of tools to do that. My favorites are LinkedIn itself has some pretty sophisticated tools, and also Shield. Shield is a popular one. Um, but there is an outbound element to what I'm doing. It's not just can I get the attention of the audience, is what am I going to ask them for afterwards? And I'm measuring conversations generated. I am sending DMs. I am sending videos. I am reaching out on other channels. So uh, every time I'm making a piece of content, I've got an audience in mind, and I've also got sales activities that are tied to that afterwards. And I'm measuring things like conversations generated, meetings generated, that kind of thing. If you're comparing on LinkedIn, for example, because this is what we're talking about a lot here, I'm going to go pick on something Tim said earlier about, kind of the personal brand, personal influencer type post versus like a major brand play that a company will do. And if anybody's compared their analytics on LinkedIn, you will almost always see that personal brands do better than company pages. Again, this goes back to the question I was asking earlier of why. Why are they telling me this? If Visa MasterCard is has a very well put together ad about how great Visa MasterCard is, I can save myself a couple seconds by not having to click it. They're a billion-dollar company. I know what they're going to say. Um, if the CMO of Visa is like, hey, I'm the CMO of Visa. Uh, Yesterday, the most outrageous thing I've ever seen in my professional career happened to me. So I have to come here and share it with you. Now you've got my attention. Now you've got my attention. Um, Again, that's not something I can learn by just quickly looking up the right answer. So you always have to have a purpose. If you're trying to turn your LinkedIn content into meetings or revenues somehow, it helps to have a call to action. Uh, that could be a simple question at the end that you're using to drive them back into the comments. That's an easy way to see, did people actually listen to the whole thing? Did they actually get the full message? Or did they just watch my entertaining first 3 seconds and smash the like button? But you got to have the foresight going into this, and kind of to piggyback on something that Julia said earlier. You're making that long form content. Do you have a plan to convert it into short form content before you start making the thing? Because you should. And if I'm going to make something, uh, if it's going to be a short form video, I should have a long form video out there too. And I should have written posts, and I should have text posts. I should have entertaining content. I should have educational content. And if it sounds like I'm saying you kind of got to do it all, yeah, you kind of do. But it's better to think of these questions beforehand. And again, that goes along too with, hey, we're planning this content play on LinkedIn. Do we have associated sales motions and activities planned beforehand? That stuff should all be baked in. You should be ready to roll when that comes out. If you're trying to react afterwards to what worked and can we put together a sales outreach strategy, you've already missed the boat.